Hello and welcome back. So my Festbier experiment is finally done, and it's been done for a while. It just took me a while to hook it up to CO2, whatnot. So what I have here is two versions of the same recipe. The only thing different is that I fermented them with two different yeasts. So on your left, it is the Kveik, the Hornindal Kveik by Escarpment Labs, and on your right, it is the S-23 W23. It's their German lager yeast. It's what I usually use. These were both fermented under pressure, about 15 psi, and well, honestly, the one with the lager yeast had some issues holding pressure, but it was fermented inside, so it was like 75 degrees. The Kveik one was fermented at about a 70, also 75. I think that's right, because that's what my fermenter was set at. All right, so let's get into the differences. The Kveik is actually darker in color, which I don't know what that's about. Both of these are a little hazy. I did just connect them to the CO2, so I probably shook them up a bit. I think the S-23 is actually hazier somehow. Okay. So the S-23 pretty much smells like a Festbier. It's malty, sweet. Oh, I didn't take I don't know if this is gonna work, but I have not taken the final gravity of the S-23 one yet. Screw it. Don't try this at home, kids. We're gonna see if that'll actually work. I don't know if the carbonation's gonna screw with it. The Kveik actually finished pretty high for final gravity. It was like 1.023 as a final gravity. It's usually, I think it was supposed to finish at 1.018. This actually looks like it finished at the same spot. So, whatever. Festbiers are meant to be kind of maltier, so leaving with a higher final gravity, not a big deal. I actually have been drying my beers out a lot, and I'm not into it, so. All right. So the S-23 definitely has a lager scent vibe, a little tiny bit of sulfury, but it is a little fruity. Probably fruitier than if I would have fermented it at 50. All right, the Kveik. The Kveik does not smell as nice. It's got a little phenol happening. Almost a little cloviness. Definitely doesn't smell as clean as the Safale or as true to style. You can almost smell the alcohol in this. These are only 5%, which is a little low for a Festbier, but oh well. I think the head on the Kveik one is actually better too. Yeast is so fascinating. All right. I feel like I've ruined my palate before I did this. All right, S-23. It's very clean, no fruitiness at all. It's got a slight bitterness. It definitely isn't as sweet as I usually like my Festbiers, but again, my palate can also be screwed up because I was just drinking tea with honey. So I'm going to come back to this after I try the Kveik. Definitely tastes like a lager, kind of more like a German Pilsner kind of vibe. Definitely the hops are coming through. Okay, so Kveik. Oh, this smells fruitier now. Probably just had to warm up a bit. It's got like a stone fruit plum situation happening. It's got like more of the maltiness, but it also has that like pilsnery bitterness. I swear, I tried these like the other, we've already been through an entire keg of the Kveik one, first of all. I'm on the second keg of this. And I definitely had at least one glass of the S-23 the other day. And I feel like they tasted very different, but you know, as soon as you end up on the front of the camera, everything's hard to taste. You know, they're both so light. The Kveik is definitely clearer. That's so interesting. The Kveik has been sitting in the keg for longer, cold crashing essentially. I just transferred the W23 Monday and it's Friday. So that probably has something to do with the cloudiness. The W23, the Safio, definitely has more of like the Festbier body. It's like a creamier, richer body. The Kveik is pretty dry, which, I mean, that's kind of what you get with Kveik. And, you know, I would drink both of these, though, but I do think I like the Safio 23 better because of that body. And as they warm up, the Safio is a little sweeter, and the Kveik is definitely drier, more along the lines of like a pale ale. Yeah. I really liked these. I'm gonna try to do more of these like yeast comparisons now that I have the 10-gallon now that I have the capacity to do 10 gallons, because it's fascinating and I don't like too much of the same thing. So yeah. Try this Festbier. Try with whatever yeast you want. It obviously like makes a good beer no matter what. That is all. Thanks so much for watching. See you guys next time. Like and subscribe. Bye.